It's happening in every neighborhood.
Open the door! Who is he? Huh? This is why you really want to leave me.
No, I didn't.
Down every street. Sickness. Addiction. And violence has been turning countless homes into crime scenes. Suffering. Depressed. Alone. Suicidal.
Before I came to the church, I was empty. I lived in a bubble. I wasn't really happy, so when I say a bubble, I had a reality in my mind. I created something in my mind that didn't exist. I would hide myself in my bedroom, and then I would create scenarios, I would create stories, and I wanted to live that life. So I grew up very searching for happiness. I even ended up searching on Google, things to make me happy, things that would, that I thought I could finally find happiness from, but I couldn't find it. So obviously when I found the church, when someone invited me, that's when things started to change for me. So that I remember the very first time I came, I sat on one of those seats, I felt peace. And this peace I was looking for so long. And when I experienced that, I said, hold on, I want to come back. I want to keep coming next week as well. The joy that I have is, I always say it's unexplainable. The little feelings that you may have inside, little doubts, little thoughts, little things inside of you, just pour it out, like tell God, because that's what I do. Even if it's little, something small, and it's making me feel weird, I tell God these things, and God appreciates that because He's there for us. He's there as a friend. So yeah, today I'm very happy. I feel secure. I feel protected and at peace.
Very good evening to all of you. We are here with your program, Problems and Solutions. What are the problems you are facing? What are the issues you're going through in your life? You just watched this wonderful testimony, and the same God that changed the life of this person is the same God that can change your life. He is the same God of the Bible, and He has helped millions of people throughout the years. God has not changed. God is not dead. He is doing and performing the same miracles of the past in this day. And why you have not seen it in your life? Maybe you are a person who are just watching me and you say, I've gone to the church. I am a religious person. I profess a faith in God. But this faith has not brought you results. You have not reaped what you're trying to sow because maybe you are not trying it in the right way. Religion will not solve your problem. What will solve your problem is the power of faith. This faith that you learn more through the testimonies you're going to watch in this program tonight. I want you to pay close attention in the stories we're going to place here for you of real people, real life stories. People who did not use religion, but used faith. And this faith brought a transformation, a change in their lives. It doesn't matter what issue you're going through, God can help you. The power of faith can transform any situation. Do you want to tell us about your problem? Do you want to contact us? Our lines are open. You can give us a call right now. You can WhatsApp us or message us on Facebook. You can also search on our website for the address near, closest to you. We are here in our church in Gothenburg with our doors open every day, also in Stockholm, every day ready to help you. You can also give us a call anytime, any moment of the day. We'll be ready to talk with you. Look up on our website, uckg.se, for more information. Let's watch these wonderful life stories and you will be inspired. You see that your life also can be transformed.
Before I came to UCKG, I had a lot of problems. I had sickness, I had spine injuries. I came from a broken marriage, so I was very insecure. I used to drink. Due to this, I used to fight with my husband. at present, and I used to drink a lot so that I can hide from all my problems, thinking that that was the solution. Then I started having a financial problem, so I started gambling, and that became an addiction as well. So due to all these situations, my children were very disturbed. It was kind of a life like everybody used to go in different directions, and full of problems, full of worries, sickness, financial problems, addictions, marriage problems, name it, I had everything.
As I was growing up, I saw my parents fighting all the time. I would come from school, I would come from my grandmother's house, and I would see them fight every single day, and drinking. Monday to Sunday, they would drink. They would be drunk every time I would come home. I even remember a day that I came and with some friends I had drank, and I was a bit tipsy, and I was scared to come home to see, okay, if my mom finds out, what am I going to do? But I remember I came home that day, and they were already too drunk to know that I was drunk. And that's how bad the situation was. I would do things with my friends, but I used to come home and cry myself to sleep. That was the point that I was at. And it even reached to a point when I was suicidal and I wanted to end my life.
I was invited to UCKG Health Center, and I decided to go there on Monday. And unfortunately, when I made up my mind to attend the service, my husband suddenly got sick that very day. He had stroke. During the service, someone laid their hand on my husband's head, and I actually poured out everything that I had inside of me. And I realized after the prayer that my husband was actually healed the same day. So for me, that was an eye-opener, because I was looking for help. With the way my life was, I went to tarot reading, I tried finding solutions beforehand. So I surrendered my all. And as I started attending all the meetings, like all the services that was going on, and listening to bishop, to pastors, and I started doing my chain of prayers, and slowly my life started changing.
And I was stubborn. I didn't want to let go. So for me, it took me about a year and a half that I actually made up my mind. I said, no, I need God. I need to change my life, and I need to do something about it. I wanted that peace, that joy, that happiness that lasted forever, not something momentary. And that was the reason why I took part in the campaign of Israel. I used my faith. I was free. And when I let go of the things that God asked me for, I received His Spirit. I received His Spirit, and it was pure joy inside of me, something that it's like I never experienced before. A happiness that I was searching for in my family, in my friends, and I didn't know how to find. And it was only through the Holy Spirit. I was happy, and at that time, my sister, she was the only one that wasn't coming. So I knew the importance of having my salvation, and I wanted her to be saved. I wanted her to be with us in the same faith. And so about a year or so, another campaign came, and I took part in that for her to give her life to God, and for her to have a real transformation in her life.
And then the same campaign that she's talking about, neither did I know that she was taking part in the same campaign for Arti, and I did the same one as well. I actually did my sacrifice.
And while the campaign was on, I remember having a conversation with my sister. She was in church, but she was in and out, and she wasn't serious. And there was a day that she said to me, I believe that it was the Holy Spirit that worked in her. And she said to me, she said, I don't know if I will ever be saved. And she said to me, I don't want to go to hell. I want to go to heaven. And for me, that was, I felt it a lot. And I said, God, you have to change her. You have to change her life, because I can't see her go to hell. I cannot see her. If I'm saved, I know what it means. And I didn't want to see my sister go into hell, and I had to put my all there. I had to put my all on the altar.
After the campaign, things started changing slowly. Arti started getting serious in her spiritual life. Today, she is blessed. She is a woman of God, totally changed with the things that she was doing, like before how she was. She is a different person, totally transformed today.
Even though I was coming to church, I was very resistant in the beginning. It took me time to convert, it took me time to change. It's because I had a lot of things inside of me. As I was growing up, I came from a broken family. I was sexually abused at a very young age. And because of that, I had a lot of hatred. And it was hard for me to forgive. And that's what delayed my conversion with God. I didn't want to forgive. I had this thought in my mind, how can I forgive this person that pretty much ruined my life? And I believe that when they did the campaign, they did the sacrifice, God worked in us. God worked in me, and my vision changed. I was completely healed inside of me, that now when I think of my past, it doesn't hurt me as it used to before. Before, I felt like I was stuck in a moment. I was stuck in my past and I was not able to move ahead. And as I started coming, I did a campaign of Israel for myself as well to receive the Holy Spirit. I remember in a night vigil, it was a New Year's night vigil, I knelt down and I prayed and I asked God, I was like, God, this time next year, I want my life transformed. I want my life completely changed. I also did a 21 days fast. It wasn't the time that we were having the Daniel's fast, but I did a fast of my own because I knew the transformation that I wanted was spiritual. And today I am different. I am happy. My family is blessed. I have a good relationship with my mother, with my sister, and I understand now. And what I received, I want to give the same. The joy of having the Holy Spirit, I cannot express it in words, but it's amazing. And I'm very happy today.
We actually can call it a family now. We do have family time. We sit together, we eat together, we have got our family time, and we enjoy each moment that we have.
My name is Ringön. Before coming to the church, my life was totally destroyed. I had financial problems, and due to the financial problems, I had suicidal thoughts. I was in and out of homelessness. I couldn't keep a job. I had an anger issue. I would quit every job I had. I would quit after a few months. And due to all of those problems, my children was taken away from me. We didn't have enough food to eat when I had to go to food pantries. When sometimes I had to ask people for money on the street. So that's when it got to the lowest point. It was very hard for me as a mother. My children would question me about the situation. Sometimes they would just shake their head and they would say to their friends, they would write little notes of why they're going through this, why their mother don't work harder for them. It would hurt me. And when I first came to the church, it was on a Monday. It was so surprising for me because I didn't know what to expect. I'm used to going to church on a Sunday. And from that day, the pastor taught me how to use my faith and most of all, how to sow my seed. And from sowing my seed, my whole life changed. My family changed. And now I have 2 cars. I have a good job. My daughter has a good job. She's a college student. I am happy. I have peace. No more anger issue. I have a stable home. I have my business. And I have much more to give and sow in my seed because I know that I will reap much more in abundance.
Hi, do you want to learn more about the Universal Church? You can watch our moves, Nothing to Lose 1 and Nothing to Lose 2, available on the platform of Netflix. There you'll learn how this great movement of faith was born.
At the time in my life, I was going through a hard time. I was quite young at the time and I was struggling to find a job and nothing I did seemed to work. I asked God, what should I do? And I became a faithful tither. And within a month, I happened to be reached out by a company which was very surprising. And at the interview, I even prayed before. I said, God, let me be different in this interview. Let me show you my character there so that I can, do well in this job interview. And on the same day, they called me and said that I got the job. The next job, after leaving this place, I went there, I just knocked on the door and I just said, God, you know I'm faithful. And I was offered a higher position than just the average employee. So I was working there, I did very well. I was even offered to be managers at a different store. And I was still quite young, but I felt like I could aim higher in the job. So I didn't take on the position, but I believed in faith that I would get something much better. And I did as well. Something happened which made me leave the location of that place. And I was like, God, what's going on? I'm faithful. I don't accept this. I did my purpose, and then another door opened to another company, which I did well as well. I really exceeded in my workplace, and God was giving me the vision of what should I do, what I'm good at. He was showing me of the skills that I had, everything that I was doing there, I was excelling. And it's not because of me, but because I was praying and always asking God. I started doing something crazy like increasing my tithe. So I said to God, I want to earn the minimum. This is my minimum tithe. I envisioned that this was going to be the tithe I was going to earn. And I moved to another location. I was offered another job, and it started off as a small company. And I received a job interview, and then a month afterwards, as a faithful tither, I said, God, look at the situation. If I'm here by myself, you need to raise me up somehow. I don't wish bad upon anyone, but there must be a clear difference between those who serve you and those who don't. So I continued in my purpose of, increasing in giving the tithe that I would like to see as my income, basically. And I was using my faith. I had the tithe envelope that I kept with me on my work desk, and then I had my salary increase to what I wanted, and then my salary increased maybe 2 months afterwards with the salary that I wanted, but even more. And even to this day, I'm working in the same place, a good place, and I can see that God has a big vision for my life. I just remembered that if I'm faithful, God will be faithful.
Is your life like this? Without color? You don't feel anything? No happiness or sadness? Unfortunately, you are having the symptoms of depression. Dead while still alive. Depression affects the rich and the poor. How to cure depression? Medications? Suicide? No, there is another way out.
As you're just watching this video, depression has many things that can trigger it on, that can cause it. And you may be watching me right now and facing one of the symptoms or many of the symptoms of depression. You have tried medicine, you have tried doctors, and have not yet got the support and the help that you need. You need to use also the power of faith. The power of faith can help you at any circumstance, any situation. It doesn't matter how big your problem is, either depression or other problems. We believe faith can transform your life completely, totally. Just like you watched also in the life stories. You've been inspired and you watch these people and you say, I wish I could also have a transformation in my life. I wish I could also see my life turned around. Don't just be there wishing. Take steps of faith. Use this faith that we are presenting to you in a practical way. Contact us, message us, search for us. We are here and ready to help you. In our church in Gothenburg, every day with our doors open, and also in our church in Stockholm, here for you who live in Sweden. Also for those living in other countries, you can seek and search for the address on our website, uckg.se. We are ready to help you in many countries in this world. And the same result these people have, you can also achieve, because God, the God of the Bible, have not changed. It's not about religion, doctrination. We are leading you to use faith. We are leading you to results that will make your life to be transformed. May God bless all of you. Have a wonderful night, and until next time.
leaving this hospital until I know what's wrong with my daughter.
If you want out, that's fine with me.